What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? And welcome back to the BRI. Can you hear me? I want to make sure you can hear me. I don't think you can hear me because I can't hear myself. Okay. Welcome back to the BRI. My name is Denoris Wilson, and you are now tuned in to the Black Research Institute. Tonight's guest is a friend of mine. We was just back chopping it up in the green room, something serious. But tonight's guest is a friend. He's also a client whom I met through another friend who went to Elizabeth City State University with me. And actually, this will be the first real conversation me and this brother actually really had, for an extended amount of time. But we've been doing business for at least 3 to 5 years. Doc, correct me if I'm wrong, but like 3 to 5 years, I think. But we never really had a in-depth conversation. But tonight we're gonna get into that, man. So let's roll the secondary intro, and when we come back, I'm gonna introduce tonight's guest.
This is Tracy Wilson, and you are watching the BRI with my husband, Denoris Wilson.
What's up? It's your girl, Paulette from Suitland, Maryland, and you are watching BRI, Black Research Institute, with my boy, Denoris Wilson. Stay tuned.
What's up, world? It's your girl, Latanya Michelle, and I am the owner of Cigars210 Media Group, home of Proof Magazine, a Black woman's proof that positive Black men exist. And you are tuned in to Black Research Institute with my boy, Denoris Wilson.
All right, we're back, everybody. Tonight's guest is a entrepreneur, businessman. I was picking with him earlier today. He's a TV personality. He been on a couple of TV shows. I told him I'm honored that he graced the BRI with his presence. But it's none other than a brother. He has a cigar lounge up in Washington D.C. I haven't got the opportunity to visit it, but I will. But everybody, let's welcome Mr. Doc Gooden to the show.
What's up, fam? How you doing today?
What's up, Doc? We acting like we ain't just talked for like 30 minutes, right?
I know, right?
How you doing, brother?
Good.
Okay.
Blessed.
It's customary here on the BRI that when you come on the show, man, I gotta ask you a couple of questions before we even get into the interview, man. So,
okay,
you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Are you being safe?
I am.
Okay. Are you happy?
I am.
All right. Well, that's all we need to know. Then
That's it. I thought I had to get a cheat sheet out for these questions. I thought some hot seat type questions or something.
Nah, that's it. Okay, so tell the people a little bit about yourself, Doc, man.
Name is Doc. Originally from Chicago. Moved to the DC area about 20 years ago. Military veteran. Went into the military at 17 years old. Right out of Chicago, the hood of Chicago. I knew I was going to be destined to be great. It was either destined to be on the illegal side or the legal side of greatness. I chose the legal side of greatness because I knew that just whatever it was, I was going to be good at it. Went to the Navy, Did some years in the Navy, was successful in the Navy. Actually, I got bored in the Navy, though. After about 10 years, I got bored in the Navy, got out the Navy. Struck out on my own entrepreneurship role. I've been an entrepreneur now for about 25, 27 years now. Various different businesses, government contracting, services. I mean, most businesses, when you think about it, I done tried it and failed at a couple, succeeded at most though. And my latest venture where I'm here now is my cigar lounge in Fort Washington, Maryland, Cigars210. We've been here for 7 years. We are the only Black-owned lounge in Prince George's County, Maryland. Those of you familiar with Prince George's County, Maryland, knows that this is the richest county in America per populace for Black Americans. So we are the only Black-owned lounge in this county. So that's a proud achievement of ours. And we've been rocking it up for 7 years now. Here we're looking for expansion and doing more things. One of the things I'm passionate about as a veteran, I'm passionate about mental health, specifically mental health for veterans, but also mental health for Black men or Black families in our community, but specifically Black men in our community. I'm really passionate about that because that's an overlooked area. We seek counseling for our wives, our mothers seek counseling easily. They usually seek counseling for kids if it's needed. But as Black men, we don't seek counseling ourselves and seek help ourselves. So that's something I'm passionate about right there.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I mean, we kindred spirits because I was in the Navy as well.
Okay.
I suffered through the harsh winters of Great Lakes.
My hometown.
Yeah. Oh, you from Waukegan?
Well, Chicago, about an hour out.
Yeah. They call Great Lakes North Chicago anyway, right?
Yeah, it's still the same code.
I know that's right. Listen, I'm a funny story. I was in the Navy and I went down to Chicago and I went to the club Slick Rick's.
Okay.
I went to Slick Rick's, right? And I had a hat on. And I'm from North Carolina. Like I don't know. I don't know, right? So I had the hat, and the hat was and even the GD or four corner. It was like, yo,
yeah,
where you from? I'm like, I'm in the Navy too, and I just graduated boot camp. I'm like, what you mean where I'm from? What you mean? He was like, man, you can't rock that hat like that around here. I'm like, what you mean? He's like, man, dudes be getting killed for rocking that hat like that around.
You had it tilted some way? You had it tilted?
Yeah.
That simple action meant you was affiliated with one gang or another. To the left meant one gang, to the right meant another gang.
Right. So I didn't know.
It goes beyond that to what color the hat was too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's Chicago's a great city. It's unfortunate though, but as big as the melting pot Chicago is, a lot of poverty exists there, which makes the urban kids result to gangs, drug violence, all of that. It's unfortunate though for such a great city to be like that. But you go into the urban areas, it's like Iraq in the urban areas. People kill. They kill 24/7 there. They don't take no days off.
Hey, but I was telling somebody, Doc, right? Like everybody talk about Chicago, right? First of all, it's probably one of, if not it's definitely top 5 prettiest cities in America.
It is. It's a beautiful city.
Top 5 prettiest cities in America. I mean, probably the only city besides Miami that has a beach on the main strip.
Right. Yeah. And it's right. And it's so many cultures and communities in this city that's what makes it part of it. It gives us characteristic too. It makes it such a great city. It's such a huge melting pot of I believe every ethnicity and culture you could think of exists in some part of Chicago. And they're actually sectioning off too. So it's a great city. But I always tell people, you go visit. Don't go 2-3 blocks east or west.
Right.
Downtown. Stay downtown.
Well, everybody now for the summers, everybody have these taste of DC, taste of New Orleans, taste. That started in Chicago.
The original was Chicago. Yeah.
That all started. I remember going out there and they had all that food in the Park and all those different. It was hot, and you know what a lot of people don't know about Chicago, D, is that just as cold as it gets equally as hot.
Yeah. I was talking about this the other day, telling someone we was talking about the taste actually. Because it used to be July 4th weekend, I think. It used to be. Now they changed it. But I was telling someone just the other day, I said, you go to Chicago for the taste, you'll be, hot in the daytime in July, but come about 8, 9 o'clock at night, you looking for a jacket in July.
Yep.
It ain't freezing, but it'll get down to about 50 quick. Especially downtown off the lake. They went off the lake. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah.
And then it doesn't help that y'all ain't got no trees.
We don't. It's too cold.
Y'all got no trees, man.
Those few months of warmth is not enough time for vegetation to agriculture.
That's true. So, man, you said that you started out and you done tried a lot of different businesses. What made you settle in the cigar business?
So I started smoking cigars about 20 years ago. There was a local lounge close to my house at the time, and I started walking there. First time I walked there, he's probably not even gonna see this, but a guy named Michael Jackson, an older black guy, retired Army officer, introduced me to my first cigar. I enjoyed it, but what I was looking for more at that time, I was a new parent at the time, and newborn daughter, and then I came out there one day just to get a break. I gave him the door to mom. Hey, I've had a baby girl all day. It's your turn. So I went out to get a break and went to a cigar shop. He introduced me to a cigar. I enjoyed it, but what I tell you, what I got more out of that experience was the camaraderie in the cigar lounge, the fellowship that I had with the guys in the cigar lounge. It wasn't so much about the cigar. It was about the fellowship that I received. As a matter of fact, that first cigar, I was like, oh, that thing is horrible. But guess what? I went back the next day because the guys were there again. And I was like, all right, let me grab one of these cigars because I got to have a cigar to hang out here. Let me put this horrible thing in my mouth again, just to hang out with the guys. And so that turned into a habit for me. Actually, I eventually started liking cigars. But what I was seeking at that time, I believe, was that camaraderie, that bonding with fellow men. And in hindsight, when I look back on it, it provided a safe place. A safe place for men at that time. I'm talking 20 years ago, it wasn't as many women smoking as there are now. But it provided a safe place for men to get together, solve the problems of the world, tell lies, and just live our best lives till we go back home to reality.
a sophisticated barbershop.
Right, exactly.
Right? You're like,
exactly.
So somebody, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to finish that point there, bringing it full circle. I've been going to the lounge for several years, I would say 2-3 years. The owner, as more and more of us gathered there, men gathered there, the owner wasn't liking the vibe of so many men gathering there. We were gathering there, we were loud sometimes. Black men having a good time. We were loud, probably more than we should have been. And he didn't like the vibe that we were bringing there. So I said, hey, you know what? Well, if he doesn't appreciate my dollar, I'm not coming here no more. And, when someone in the black group says that, we all say, yeah, that's right, I'm not coming no more. We get our signs, we start picking in everything, and we all support it and everything. Then 2 days later, it's like, hey, I thought you guys weren't coming here no more. I'm not coming. Why you guys there? Well, we got to smoke a cigar. That was 2 days ago. We're not on that anymore.
Right.
So at that point, I said, the business side of me went off and said, I enjoy smoking. I know people enjoy smoking. I'm going to start my own cigar lounge. And that's when I started on that path of researching it and looking for places and things like that. And I abandoned the thought a couple of times along the way over the years. And then it took me about 6 years to realize that vision, that dream, And that's why I'm here now. I started it, and we've been here for 7 years now. So to answer your question, 4-round circle, the reason I started it was to provide that camaraderie amongst men, but also a place for black men and women. We've grown to having a large female base that smokes as well, which we welcome them as well. It's also a safe place for women too. Let me mention that because we're proud to say it. In my cigar lounge, probably most cigar lounges, it's a place where women smokers can come. You're not going to be harassed by guys. Guys are very respectful. They'll engage in conversation. No one trying to pick you up or take you home or anything like that. So, but that's why I started to provide that safe haven for men to come together and unwind and let loose with people in general now.
I was telling someone about maybe 3 weeks ago, I was like, as a man, 75% of your time when you grow up, not maybe 80, 90% of your time when you growing up and you're hanging out with other dudes.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. Like, and even in the Navy, you with dudes 90% of the time. But then when you get in the real world and you get married,
right,
you ain't really hanging out with a lot of dudes.
Right.
And it just stops. Like it just
stops. There's no gradual transition to that. Right.
No, it's just a wrap.
Right.
And I think that's why a lot of dudes go to barbershops every week.
Every week, yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Every week, because like it ain't that. It ain't. I guess it's just that when you're around another dude, man, you can just be. Right?
And we need that, and I'm gonna talk specifically for Black men in this day and age right now. Black men need that. We need each other. We need support groups for each other. And the barbershop, the cigar lounge, the basketball court, those are unofficial support groups for Black men.
Yes.
Sunday football. Hey, I'm going by Joe's house. We're gonna watch the football game in the garage. We're gonna smoke cigars. We're gonna drink. We're gonna talk shit. That is an unofficial support group for Black men. That's needed. And cheers to the woman, to the wife who supports that and encourages that. And says, hey, I know you want to go watch the game with your guys. Get on up out of here. I'll see you later. Be safe. Have a good time. I'll see you later. Those are unofficial supports that we need.
Yeah, you right about that, and it makes life a whole lot more better when like you come in from and you like, yo, dang on Randy crazy as hell, Randy crazy. You know what I mean? Because the camaraderie is great. Like I've been married 5 years now, and and I moved back home, so I didn't really. I have friends here that I grew up with, but I hadn't seen them in so long. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't connected with them in so long.
You're in North Carolina. Where you at now? North Carolina, right?
South of Charlotte. Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. And I hadn't seen them in so long, so it's kind of hard when you miss a lot of stuff.
Right.
Like you miss a lot of stuff that go on in people's lives. They missed a lot of stuff that went on in your life. Your life, and it's like, okay, yeah, we friends, but we really ain't got too much in common no more.
Anymore. Yeah, we outgrow people. I got a best friend that I'm like that with now. I still claim him as my best friend from childhood, but our lives taking two different paths. We still talk and we can pick up a conversation like it never left off. But you can always feel that. I can always feel that something in the air is like, all right,
Right.
It's like, it's almost like, hey, all right, how do we end this conversation this time? And we usually like, hey, bro, be careful, love you, talk to you soon. But I never know when soon it's going to be again.
Right.
So, that again, it goes back to these unofficial support groups for men, because I think as we get older, we change, we grow. And one of the key things you said, that we are influenced by men that we are around throughout our lives. They mold us and shape us. So I think that it's important that we realize that, one, and be careful of the company that we keep along the way throughout our lives. And that's something I actively work on, trying to meet new interesting people that can teach me something, that can influence me in a way that's positive, teach me something that I don't know. I tell my friends, whenever I become the smartest one in the group, I'm going to stop talking to you guys, because that way, I'm not challenged anymore, Right. So I don't want to be the smartest one in the group. I don't want to be the hardest hustler. I don't want to be the best entrepreneur in the group, So now, I look for men that have value, that have experienced things, and whether it be relationships, long marriages, all of that. Sound financially, very expertise in businesses, all of that. I look for guys that bring that to the table because I'm going to be a sponge. One of the things I say is that every person you come in contact with, you should get something from them. People say, well, someone say, well, you using people? Yeah, I'm using people for information. I want to learn. I want to know what you know. Whatever it may be. And you should learn something from me because if you don't get something out of that relationship, what's the point? Right. You make me laugh or you teach me something.
Two famous quotes that I like. Dick Cheney said that he didn't get to where he was in life by himself. He said where he got in life is totally responsible or due to the people that he hung around.
Dick Cheney said that?
Yeah, Dick Cheney. He said the people that I hung around, the people that I'm associated with, they push me, they drove me, they hold me accountable. And then on the adverse to that, Marcus Garvey said, be careful with hanging out with people who don't have your same drive, your intellect. He said, because falling is simple, right? Because it only takes momentum,
right?
But climbing takes effort.
I like that. I'm gonna use that one.
Yeah, he said falling. He said because if you hang out with somebody that's lower than you, they're gonna bring you down to that level because of momentum.
Right.
Because of momentum, because it's easy to go there because of momentum.
And they work hard at it. And they used to.
That's
their everyday move. That's their everyday move.
Right. But
and what the goes about the opposite way. Someone that operates on that positive level every day, hanging around them, guess what? You pick that up too. And I've experienced both sides of it. And I think a real enlightening is when you get to a point in your life where you can recognize that. Like I remember the day when I recognized that in my life, and I was like, oh wow, this person's so negative. I need to start dissing myself because now you're projecting negativity on me, and I'm starting to look at the same things you look at like that the same way.
The same way, right? Right.
The same way. I was like, whoa, and it was so enlightening from that. I was like, oh my God, this is enlightening, but I also feel like, how can I allow myself to fall into this trap? But it can happen so easily, especially if you don't realize it and you can't recognize it in yourself.
All right, check this out, though, Doc. Before I went in the Navy, I rarely cursed. Rarely, like I curse words. Not that I was against anybody that cursed. I just felt like I needed to do it.
Right.
And and as the years go on, right? They go on. I'm in the Navy. And I get out of the Navy and I'm in Connecticut.
Okay.
I'm talking to somebody and I'm cursing. I'm like every other word is a curse word, right?
Right.
And my sister, rest her soul, start cursing.
Right.
And I'm 28.
So you cursing like a sailor.
I'm cursing like a sailor. And I was like, yo, when did I start cursing? Right. You know what I mean? Like when and then I can remember like just being around guys, and you remember when you get in the Navy, you fresh out of your parents' house, you ain't got no rules.
Right.
So every rule that you can break and get away with it, you break it. Like it was like every rule you break it. And I was just cursing, and I had to. And then when my kids start coming into the world, I had to be like, okay, no, I got to get a hold of. I got to get a hold of this. Like this is.
Yeah. Because guess what? They're sponges too.
Exactly. Oh, they more than sponge. They like the thing that created the sponge.
Yeah, I really believe their brains are on record all the time, and they can regurgitate it when they need to. And I'll tell you a story. Me through the Navy, I went in at 17, so I don't know what the rules are now, but I wasn't even old enough to join. My mother had to sign for me to join the Navy, but. I remember being in boot camp. I tell people the story about me smoking cigarettes. I smoked cigarettes for about 3 months, the whole time boot camp, because one of the guys in the boot camp was from my neighborhood. He smoked. So when he's like, "We're gonna go smoke a cigarette," yeah, let's go smoke a Newport. We're smoking a cigarette. I graduated boot camp. Now, mind the whole time I'm smoking his cigarettes. graduate boot camp. I was like, let me go buy me a pack of cigarettes. I was like, how much they cost? Oh no, I'm good. I don't smoke no more. I quit.
Right.
When I had to buy my own cigarettes, I was good. But the key to that story is that influence that I was around was no longer around now. And we went our separate ways after boot camp in the Navy. So I in some of the business coaching I do too, I coach about, our mindsets, the influence of our circles, who we have around us, and how that impacts our daily thinking. And our daily thinking forms our thinking 3, 5, 10 years from now, when we're forecasting how we want to do business-wise or otherwise. So I coach a lot of this and being mindful of that, CEOs and being mindful of that, of their surroundings and their circles and things like that. Personal and professional.
You know the sneaky thing about influence is it's like an odorless poison.
That's a great analogy right there. You just make that up, or you already had that one?
I made it up just now.
Okay. Carbon monoxide. It's carbon monoxide.
It's killing you. It's killing you, but you don't even know it.
So here's it. If someone needs to create, I'm gonna create as a joke a necklace that you wear that beeps red when you got negative energy around you and it's influencing your activity. Like the carbon monoxide alarm goes off, you need something like that. You're right. It's like poison's killing you. You don't even realize it. You
don't even realize it, man. You like, and you know how people say you got to be aware of who you're around. Most of the time, people just live it.
Right.
They just in it.
Right.
For example, I'm gonna tell you about influence. If you outside of your cigar lounge and you see a bunch of black people running from one direction and past your store hollering, are you gonna ask or are you running too?
I'm running too. I'm gonna get in front of them.
That's influence. That's the type of influence. It's that sneaky and it's that powerful. That's
powerful. It's powerful. It's very powerful. Right? Influence is not mine. I don't think people realize when we talk about influence, people often think like, well, if he jump off a bridge, I'm not going to jump off a bridge. Okay, that's true. But let's say you have someone your daily for people that drive to work every day, your daily commute, and you sharing the ride with people, and all of them got problems with their kids, their teenage daughters. That's what you hear the whole hour to work, the whole hour come back home to people you're communicating with, commuting with. Guess what? You're going to start thinking, my baby girl got problems too. Let me start looking at her problems. And it. You start.
She ain't even doing nothing.
She ain't doing that. Clean this room up. Wash this one bowl in the sink. You'll never do these dishes, but because you've been influenced, And I actually had the experience, and that's a real life example right there. I had a friend who was having problems with his kids, and I tried to be here, listen, and give advice and things like that. But then I started noticing. All of a sudden, I was contributing to the conversation. But I never had problems with my kids at that level. They're teenagers, they're kids. But I started realizing when he had these conversations, I had input now. Whereas before, all I was doing was listening and giving advice. Now I got input all of a sudden. Where did this input come from?
Right. I ain't got no experience with it.
Right. Yeah. So I had to take a step back and like, whoa, wait a minute. Now I'm picking up that energy and I'm creating that same situation in my household.
Right.
Well, they're teenagers, but I realize they're teenagers. But I didn't have problems you have, but I'm creating problems in my household with my teenagers now because I'm hearing your problems every day, all day.
Right. So, it's funny that you say that because the BRI is to provide inspiration. That's the sole thing that I'm trying to do because the reason why
you just like, Doc, come on my show. I was like, sure.
Yep, that's it. I mean, and honestly, that's how it's supposed to be, though.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But the whole concept behind this is like I have famous people that I can call upon to do interviews. I have a few, but I don't want them. Right. I don't want that. I think like the reason why we don't have a lot of black doctors or a lot of black policemen or a lot of black professional is because a lot of us didn't grow up seeing them.
Right.
We didn't grow up. We can't aspire to be something that we don't even know nothing about.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So I try to expose a variety of different professions so that people can say, well, you know what? If Doc did that up in DC, I might can do that in Charlotte.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, one of the biggest inspirations for me, and it was overwhelming for me too. At the same time, the first week I was open here at Cigars210 in Fort Washington, Maryland, a young black man, had to be about 16, 17 years old. He walked into the store, and I hadn't really had no customers at the time. It was 1 week open. He walked to the store, and he said, "Are you the owner?" I said, "I am." He said, "Wow." He said, "Congratulations." He said, "I'm impressed." And he didn't know nothing about cigars, didn't he? I don't even know if he knew it was a cigar store or not. He just said, "You're the owner." I said,
he was trying to get a blunt.
But no, that story was an inspiring story for me, you know. But that story also created a atmosphere for me where I felt pressure, you know, to succeed, to provide jobs in the community. Because my thought was never to have, for those that know Fort Washington, Maryland, it's not a big city, you know, it's a rural part of Washington, D.C. It's not a high income area. And my thought was never to have a local shop, if you want to call it that. My thought was always this grandiose place, you know, with fine leather and chandeliers and, you know, $1,000 memberships you have to dress up to come to, you know. But when I came here and I felt the vibe, when I first came to the space and it was empty, I said, you know what, we're going to completely rebrand the name and the package and everything, and we're going to be a local shop. And that's when we became a local neighborhood shop that people support.
Hey, man, you just following in the traditions of the speakeasies.
Yep.
Right? You just, I mean, like a lot of people don't understand, like, during those times where there was Jim Crow and segregation, those bootleggers and those speakeasies, they were profitable.
Mm-hmm.
They were very profitable.
Those are our first entrepreneurs. Some of our first entrepreneurs.
Right. You know, so, you know, you just follow in that tradition. And, you know, locally, that, I think, like for me, I'm a graphic designer. Right. A lot of people don't actually know what that entails. They think I draw. They think, you know what I mean? They don't know what it entails, right? And even down here, I do this show, right? And, you know, I got all this stuff. And they be like, yo, they call me Deanie down here. They be like, yo, Deanie got a whole studio, right? But that's because they haven't been in an area like this before.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They ain't seen that, and I understand that. But I try to, with the BRI, expose them to something that they might not be able to get where they at. You know,
that's great. Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so when I thought about you, I was like, you know, the cigar thing, it's been taken off for at least the last 10 years. At least 10 years.
It is.
But these last 3 years it's like
boom.
Great.
You know why? Because more and more minorities, women and men, are getting into it as a cultural, not as a culture, as a social experience. Again, it's a group of like-minded people, typically in a cigar lounge. Your title doesn't matter, your salary doesn't matter, your job doesn't matter. We can all meet on the same level and smoke a cigar and try to solve the problems of the world, tell lies, and talk shit. And that's why. But also part of that is taking off now because the community, the cigar community, tobacco community is now realizing the power of the black dollar. You know, and how much spending power we do have. You know, because this is not essential. You know, this is not essential. This is disposable income that we have, that cigar smokers have, where you can afford to spend, you know, anywhere from $7 to I mean, on the average, anywhere from $7 to $20 per cigar. That's disposable income. And they're realizing it, and they're hearing this now and see that, oh, these blacks have some spending power. It's not your old white grandfather's hobby anymore.
So, but this is the key, and I was telling you this back in the green room, right? It's taken off also because now more of us can afford to indulge in it.
Yep.
Right? The same thing with golf. Yep. Now more of us can afford to indulge in it. We can afford it now. You know what I mean?
So we're kicking down the doors.
But we do it with everything.
Yeah.
If we get in, like we're gonna do our best. But like for me, and you know, Darren I went to school with Darren. You know Darren.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my man.
Chulo.
Yeah, and that brother right there, man. Let me tell you something. That brother would try anything.
Oh yeah.
Like if it's a business, if it's gonna make $1, if he think it's gonna make $1, he can like, let's do it. He always been like that though. Like
I saw the other day, Chulo got a coffee. He got a coffee, a cologne, a cigar.
He gonna be, but before he done, he gonna be a Walmart. He gonna be Walmart.
That's my brother right there. Always hustling. I love him to death.
Man, I listen, man. I remember when we was in school, man, and he just, it ain't that he loved money, right? Like it's not money. No. Man likes to create stuff. Like he like to create and accomplish stuff. Mm-hmm. It's not about money, because if it was about money, he would be stingy. And when you and I both know he is not.
No, he's definitely not.
Not at all. Not at all. It ain't about money. He just like to create and set goals.
Right.
But I'll take a short break. And when we come back, I need for you to help me out with something, all right?
All right.
All right. So we'll be right back.
All right.
Hi, I'm Dominic Manuel, CEO of the firm ENT LLC, and you're watching the BRI, Black Research Institute, with Dolores Wilson.
What's up, everybody? This is Trophy Santiago with Hair Marketing Extensions, and you are watching BRI, Black Research Institute, with Dolores Wilson.
All right, everybody, and we're back to the BRI. I'm about to bring Doc into the room, and he's gonna help me out with something, man. I hope that he'll be able to help me out, but we're gonna change settings. We're gonna go into another room. I'm gonna bring Doc in. What's up, Doc?
What's up, fam?
All right, so you see, I changed rooms on you. I'm in the study, I'm in the lounge.
Fancy technology there.
Yeah, I'm in the lounge with you now. And I ain't never really been a big cigar smoker. Cigar smoking ain't never really been my thing. I didn't particularly care for it. But maybe it's because I haven't been doing it right, because I haven't had anyone like sit down and show me the cigar etiquette. So I got you here tonight, right?
Yep.
I went out and I bought me a little cigar, right? I bought me a cigar, I think it's a Baccarat. I don't know. So
Baccarat, yep.
Yes. So okay. All right. I got me one of those, right? I went out. I got me a little clipper.
Cutter. Okay.
I got me a cutter, and I got me a little cheap little flame. Right?
Those are the best flames.
Okay, and then I got my cognac, which is Arnold Palmer iced tea. So this is what we're gonna rock with right now, right? We're gonna rock with that. So look, Doc, I need for you to walk me through the proper way of cutting, lighting, and smoking a cigar.
All right, you have time for me to grab a cigar?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me grab one.
I'm gonna learn how to do this. I'm going on a couples retreat, me and my wife this weekend. I got some fellas, and I'm gonna be the professional cigar smoker of the group this weekend. I am. Hey, and shout out to Donnie Chulo. If you want the cigars, go to DonnieChulo.com. That's DonnieChulo.com. DonnieChulo.com. I'll be running this commercial later on in the night, and you can get the cigars from him. He's gonna be mad at me because I didn't get them, but I'm sorry, D. It was a last minute thing. Hey, Mama. Hey, Malika. I'm waiting on this guy.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah. All right. So first things first.
Okay.
Never, ever, ever somebody tell me that they saw you do this one thing that I see a lot of men do.
Okay.
Take the cigar out the wrapper. Never, ever, ever lick this cigar.
Okay. Okay.
Men do it. I don't know what's the rationale. I see men lick this whole cigar up and down, but they do anything to it. I don't know. I think their rationale is that it's going to burn slower or something like that. I don't know. But it's the grossest thing ever.
Yes, it is.
So, another rule, especially now during the COVID age, you want to make sure that you have your own cutter.
Okay.
Because using a public cutter or someone else's cutter, it's probably someone that licked their cigar all up and down, and then with the cutting, they want to hand it to you. You want to use my cutter? No, I'm good. So, but take the cigar out the wrapper. A good cigar, you're gonna squeeze it. You shouldn't hear a crack. It shouldn't break up. You should feel moistness. Not moistness, but softness on the surface and firm on the inside. So you shouldn't be able to squeeze it all the way. You feeling that? So you probably got a good cigar there. Inspect it. Make sure that you don't see any part of the leaf unraveled, cracked, or anything like that at the foot. This is called the foot of the cigar.
I got one. Look, see.
Let me see. Yeah, you got a little something there.
Yeah.
That's still smokable though. But
Okay.
once you do that, then the next thing, the next biggest mistake people make is you want to take your cutter. This cigar, I'm gonna use my pen as a pointer here. This cigar, I'm gonna get to the camera. Okay, there it is. This cigar is a leaf that's been wrapped up. On the end of this cigar is a cap.
Okay.
You look at your cigar, you should see a cap, and you should see the line around on this cap.
Right, I see it.
Yeah, so this cap was put on as the last process in this cigar. It was rolled up. This cap was glued on the top here to do what? To hold this whole thing together.
Okay.
So the mistake people make is they take their cutter and they do this.
Oh.
If I do that, what's going to happen? It's going to unravel the whole cigar because you just broke the bond that's holding this whole thing together.
Oh, okay.
So when you cut the cigar, think about it, you only need enough space, only a whole nut big enough for you to pull and draw off of this cigar. So I tell people, you only got to go right there on that cap. Now you want to place it on there, like not even down in there, like a half a centimeter, and you place it on there, and then you just want to do one firm swoosh. See, there you go. Now let me see your cap. Pick up your cap and put it in the camera. Let me see it.
I don't have it.
There it is. There you go. Here's mine.
Right there? Okay.
That's mine.
Okay, yeah.
Right there. That's all you need. So when you see people in the cigar shop and they going all the way down here and down here.
That would have been me.
Right. Right. Big mistake. Big mistake. So the next thing, take a cigar. Again, this is called the foot. You want to take your torch. You don't want to do this.
Okay.
You want to do this. And this is what we call torching the foot. So like you're holding it back some based on your flame, and you're just going around in a circle. You're trying to torch the foot. Going around in a circle. Pull your flame back just a little bit because you got a pretty big flame there. Yeah. You want to torch the foot. Then you want to torch a little bit and then draw a little bit. Yours is lit already. There you go.
You don't inhale, right?
Well, I tell people that's the general rule that you don't inhale. But guess what? I know people that do inhale. I know people that can't help but inhale. I get a lot of cigarette smokers, a lot of black and mild smokers that we convert to cigars. They don't know how not to inhale. So they inhale. What I tell people is your body will tell you whether you can inhale or not.
Right.
If you inhale and your body reject it, that's your body telling you, yo, we don't inhale.
I can't inhale.
As a general rule, most people don't inhale, but some people do inhale. But your body will tell you right away whether you can inhale or not.
So when do I drink the cognac?
All the way. You should have had that already before we did anything, before any of these steps. That was the first step.
You didn't tell me that. Hold on, let me drink this. Now, this is Arnold Palmer iced tea, everybody. So now, Doc, you muted yourself.
Oh, there you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you muted yourself. So repeat what you were saying.
I was saying that's the thing with people think you have to drink whiskey and cognac with your cigar. No, I tell people you drink whatever you feel like drinking with your cigar, whatever you feel comfortable, whatever your taste buds, your palate likes with your cigar. Now, it has been said that certain liquors, alcohol, spirits can enhance the taste of a cigar.
Right.
That's been proven. Certain ones can enhance the taste of a cigar. But again, it's whatever your preference is. I'm a vodka drinker. So my friends laugh at me because I drink vodka when I smoke my cigars. You
Okay.
know? Every now and then I might drink a whiskey or cognac or something like that, but most times I'm drinking vodka smoking my cigar.
Hey, Doc, this is a good cigar, man.
That is, Bacharach is a good brand. Yep.
It's smooth.
Yeah, it's a good brand. Bacharach is a good brand.
Now I won't be smoking it a lot, but you know,
Right.
it's not as harsh as the other cigarettes I've tried. Now Donnie makes a good cigar.
Oh yeah. Donnie makes a great cigar. Absolutely. Yeah.
He makes a good cigar. That was probably one of the first cigars he gave me one of the jumbo ones he makes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It took me about 3 months to finish that cigar. Like to finish that cigar.
Now,
But
I will tell you though that usually when you start a cigar, I recommend to my customers, if you start a cigar, try your best to finish it.
right.
Because think about it, we're pulling, tobacco through this whole cigar here, so it's affecting this whole cigar. So when you put this down, that pull through is
hard.
It's when your cigar's gonna dry out. 1, 2, that pull through is gonna still affect this whole cigar. It's gonna be sitting in it over time, and it's gonna taste totally.
How long does it normally take you to smoke a cigar like this?
Me, probably about an hour. But each person is different. I know people that can smoke that thing in 45 minutes.
45. So I guess smoking cigars is a social thing because you can be there for 45 minutes at least.
Yeah. I mean, we get, I get a lot of clients to come in. They light a cigar. They talk to other people while they're smoking their cigar. They, politics, whatever you want to talk about. And I got some people that just sit in the corner. They put their headphones on. They sit in the corner of their laptop. They're working. Also, some people that sit in the corner with their headphones on, watching a movie, whatever. So it's truly an experience that can social on so many different levels. You know what I'm saying? Because you can still be social sitting in the corner by yourself.
Right.
So,
right. But you know what, though, Doc? That type of atmosphere is permeating all over. You know what I mean? Like where you have like work areas where multiple people come into a particular place and working, but they ain't the same company. You know what I mean? Like
right.
That community type of feeling that we work. I just watched
I'm meaning to watch that one.
Yeah, that's a good documentary, man.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a good documentary. I had a Regents virtual office back in the day, right?
Wow.
I used to love going in that office, right? Because I only paid, I think it was like $200 a month. I only got like two days a week. 2 days a week. I had my briefcase.
You got your 2 days a week.
I got my 2 days a week. And listen, it was, if you know Regents, they cater. Like they cater to you, right? So the concierge was like, "How you doing, Mr. Wilson?" "Oh, I'm doing great. How are you? Do you need anything?" "No, I don't need anything. Thank you." But and it made me feel like, and I tell people like this: there is a difference between and you going to the bus station,
right?
It is when you go to the airport.
Absolutely,
it's a totally different feeling. When I go to the bus station, I don't care how I look, but when I go to that airport,
when
I go to the airport, I gotta be right.
Absolutely.
And I feel right walking through there, and that's what a cigar sort of makes. I kind of feel like Tony Soprano right now.
You are right now.
I kind of feel like Tony sitting up with the cigar.
Yeah, you are.
When I come up to DC, man, I'm gonna come by there, man, and we're gonna chop it up.
Absolutely, you have to
chop it up. And I want to tell you this personally. I know I say it to you in emails, but I want to say this to you personally. Brother, I thank you for patronizing my business. I I really and truly thank you for patronizing my business. Patronizing for giving me a shot at whatever you got going on. You would hit me up and be like, yo, I need this.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that immensely, man.
No, we have a great relationship. You know, it's and I tell people all the time. I say, you need a graphics person. I got a guy. They said, well, tell me about it. I said, well, all I know is he do great work. You know, I said we haven't talked really. We never met. I said, well, he does great work, and that's what's important. You know, and I want to support Black-owned businesses, and he does great work. You know, so no, I appreciate you because I know sometimes we can be a headache. You know, but we've been working this thing for a couple of years now, and I got some bigger and better things coming about that you're gonna be a part of. So
hey, man,
definitely appreciate it.
I was excited when you did that thing out at the harbor.
Oh like, man,
at Felt, when you did that thing at Felt, I was like, oh man, this might be something big right here. I was like, oh,
yeah, we did Felt. Then we had there's a little wine bar at the harbor too, the National Harbor here in Maryland. There's a little wine bar, and we did something there where we brought a live band out. Man, we shut the whole harbor down. I had 150 people out there in the streets, everything. Had to block off traffic, everything. It was so good that the good news was it was successful. The bad news was it was successful. You know, the owner the next day, he said, Doc, we like the business you brought to us, but we can't do it no more. It was too many people.
Well, you know what though? That's my second experience with somebody at the harbor, because I had another client that did a soca party out there.
Okay,
like,
yeah,
big.
I've seen it.
Yeah, big soca party. I did all the treatment for that, like everything that you see, the commercial and everything. I did, but it was so successful that they don't want them back.
They want to come back. I went to it. It was a couple of years ago. I didn't go to it, but I was having to be down there eating, and I was like, oh my God, where all these Black folks come from?
Mm-hmm. They didn't want them back, and no problems. No problems at all. Like, but no problem. But I guess with it being new, they wanted to set a particular type of atmosphere.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
they're trying to stay very family driven. They're trying to keep it towards very family driven.
But eventually it's gonna look like Atlantic City.
It's gonna look already. So
right.
You
might have converted me, man. I think I was just doing it wrong, because I like this cigar, man.
But see, now here's the thing I tell people. You have to try a lot of different ones to find out what's your palate. You know.
Okay.
You're starting with what some would consider an experienced cigar smoker cigar. You know, but there's a whole range of cigars. You know, there's flavored cigars. You know, cigars that taste like blueberry, strawberry, Hennessy, Crown Royal apple. You know, and I think I'm gonna give a shout out to some of the Black brands. There's a brand, my good friend Marvin.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. If you're going to shout out the Black brands, you know the one you got to shout out first.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My man, Donnie Chulo.
That's
Donnie
right.
Shout out this whole video. Run me my check. But, Donnie Chulo definitely out of Richmond. Has a great cigar. My man, Adam out of Chicago, Allodium Cigars, great. He's cornered the market as a Black-owned brand with flavored cigars. He has, I think, over 25, 30 different flavored cigars: peach, banana, tequila. I mean, just a whole wide range of cigars as a Black-owned brand. My man Marvin out of Miami with Blue Mountain Cigars. The cigars are made in Jamaica. He's the first one to come on market with a white Hennessy infused cigar. He has a Crown Royal apple infused cigar. He has a Crown Royal peach infused cigar. You know, but then he got
what? You can get drunk smoking this cigar?
You probably could, yeah. You smoke enough of them. It's just enough in there that you could taste it a little bit, yeah. And it's not heavy. But he also does traditional cigars too. You know, you get to some of the traditional cigar brands. My brother Jay out of Dallas, Definition Cigars, newcomers on the scene. they're killing it right now, and I've been supporting them from day one. We was the first ones to bring them to the DC area here, and we've been really supporting them with Definition Cigars out of Dallas, Texas. Veteran in the game, Dean Parsons out of Miami, Epic Cigars. Dean's been around for about 15 years as a black-owned cigar brand. He's really just now starting to take off. So there's a wealth of black-owned cigar brands out there, but this is all part of what we talked about earlier about how we found something that we enjoy, and we're part of the club now. And naturally, our natural instinct is to become more and more and own a part of the club now. We don't just want to be the members of the club. We want to be ownership in the club. And that's what's happening now. Black lounges popped up all across the country. I mean, nothing excites me more than I see all these black cigar weeks and black cigar festivals popping up all across the country. I mean, that's a great thing, and I'm proud to see it. Proud to see my brothers and sisters out there getting it.
Well, it's a funny thing because it's like it's almost like now it's becoming like full circle because we used to pick tobacco. That was one of the that was one of the crops. Like we used to pick it. Like that's what it was. Tobacco, cotton, rice. That was the mainstay. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And now we picking up, a tobacco stick and smoking it or making money off of it. Like it's
absolutely.
It's weird, man. But I like it. You know what you should do? You have the hair shows and this stuff. You should do a cigar expo.
Okay, that's the idea.
You got all the brands. All the brands.
Yeah, that's the idea.
And I ain't never seen a cigar expo. I've seen cigar night or cigar this, but not a whole expo where you exposing all the different black-owned brands.
Yeah,
the Bonner Brothers.
Like the Bonner. I'm familiar with what they do. Yeah, that's something I need to work on.
Same thing, Doc. I'm telling you, it can be an annual event, and y'all gotta do the Three Kings again.
Oh yeah. Yes.
You gotta do the Three Kings.
Yeah.
You gotta do the Three Kings again, man.
Yeah. It actually turned to Three Kings and a Queen. The next flower we gotta add a queen to it.
Who is gonna be Lucky?
No, my homegirl Christina. She's
okay.
Lipsticks and fingertips, I think, out of Atlanta. Christine, yeah, she's a brand mover, brand influence in the cigar world right now. But that was myself, Chulo, and Adam from Lord Cigars. Yep.
Y'all got to do that again, man. That's a big event. Y'all might need to do a tour. Three Kings, like Miami, Three Kings Chicago, Three Kings Richmond, Three Kings DC.
That's a good idea. I need to pitch that to him.
I tell you. Hey, wait a minute. You ain't even got to pitch it to Don. You just be like, this is what we're doing. All right.
He's on board.
He on board. Hey, Doc, man. It's been a pleasure, brother.
I appreciate you, bro.
I know I appreciate you too. But before I let you go, man, like the BRI, we got this. Just like in the beginning, we have a custom.
Right.
We have one at the end where I ask you a couple of questions. So
okay. Let's fire away.
All right. So the first question is, what are you doing to push the culture forward?
What am I doing to push the culture forward? Specifically, I'm trying to bring more highlight to specifically the cigar culture, black-owned brands, giving more exposure to black-owned brands, doing my part as a cigar shop owner who controls the buying power, bringing more black-owned brands into my establishment here. From a cloud's view, for the black culture, what I do a lot of small business coaching. A lot of people don't realize that my experience as an entrepreneur goes back 20 plus years in doing all types of other things, government contracting, all types of things. So I coach a lot of small businesses on how to grow their businesses, how to go after government contracts, how to become minority certified, and things like that. But also culture-wise, I talked about it earlier. Mental health is a big thing for me. I push that mental health specifically amongst in our black community, and now narrow it down even further to Black men seeking mental health guidance. So I think I do a lot to push the culture, but not enough. So
Okay.
not simply because I don't think I would ever feel like I'm doing enough, because there's always so much more that can be done.
Good answer, brother. Good answer. I mean, we all can do a little bit more, can't we? We all can do a little bit more, right? So I know I can. I know I can. Okay, second question. I need for you to name me 3 famous Black people, but they can't be athletes or entertainers.
Okay. 3 famous Black people. Frederick Douglass, one that I admire. He has deep roots here in the Maryland area. I admire his bravery, his tenacity, his discipline, throughout his life and his struggles and things like that. That's one I would name. Second, Black person I admire, not athlete or entertainer. I'm gonna say Malcolm X. Malcolm X, I read his books when I was young. I've actually read them over and over throughout the years. The autobiography of Malcolm X. I definitely believe in by any means necessary. Every part of my life, I live by any means necessary. I have to get it. I'm gonna get it. Any means necessary. And the last Black person I'm gonna name for you is Jesus Christ, who I believe was a Black man. So, I'm there was course.
You did.
There was tan.
You know what, man? Okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, you told me 3. I'm gonna stop right there because we're gonna go into this comes into a whole different direction.
A whole different direction there. But look, brother, let me tell you something about your 3 famous Black people. I love Frederick Douglass. Love him, right? Because a lot of people don't know is before the Civil War, he was called to the White House, right? And Abraham Lincoln was like, "Yo, how about y'all move somewhere? Like y'all and y'all move somewhere, right?" And Frederick Douglass was like, "Nah, we ain't going nowhere,
Right?
Like, we ain't going nowhere. We just as much as American as anybody else. Like we not going anywhere." And look, my client in Baltimore, she does hair. Let me show you what she said. But she married a white one.
You married a white.
Hey, Malika, everybody Black. Let's keep it real. Everybody Black. Like, so anyway, but he said, nah, we're not going anywhere. But there were some slaves who did leave. That's how you got Liberia.
Okay.
That's Liberia was the place designated. You know how when the Jews were being persecuted in Germany, and they needed a place to go, and they went to Jerusalem, like the Pakistanis let them settle there.
Yeah.
Okay, that was Liberia.
Okay.
Right? Liberia for us, right? And I like Frederick Douglass for that part. Malcolm X, I like Malcolm X because we have a sort of similar type of life. And something happened to him that happened to me. Like, I changed my life around. I did 5 years in the University of the prison system, right?
I got you. You was away at school for 5 years.
Right, I was away at school, but it changed my life. Like it really did. And not the experience, the time away.
Yep.
Right? The time away to be able to think and really say, you know focus. What, I would focus. I wasn't living right.
Yeah.
And then, with Jesus Christ, to me, I tell people all the time, and it always baffled me, right? It always baffled me that, all people look at their God in their image, right? You know what I mean? Like all people look at their God in their image.
Absolutely.
in their image. Their God looks like them, right? But Black Americans don't do that.
We don't. But it's written though. You know what I'm saying? It's not even up for debate.
It still is written, but when you have been. But think about this: when you have been shown a picture that's supposed to have been represented, like that's supposed to represent this person, you've been shown this picture for hundreds and hundreds of years, like you can't see him as nothing else.
Right.
Like if you tell the average Black person now to close their eyes and describe Jesus, they can only have one way to describe it.
Oh yeah, that's true. But see, here's the thing about that too, though, is that we've been brainwashing food so much that if we go, and I've had this debate, we go back to others and say, I hear what you're saying. That's a picture. Okay, that's a picture drawn later, after death, AD.
Right.
The word that you claim, now I'm saying that person that you claim was written by man was BC.
Right.
And that word describes him as what? So you follow everything else literally written by man that was transcribed, but that part. You don't believe that part of it.
but that's the thing though. Okay, put it this way. If I told you something, if I say, okay, we talked about that documentary with WeWork, right? And if I told you one of the characters in that documentary, I'll say, man, watch him, you know, because he's sneaky.
Right.
When you start watching that show,
right,
you're gonna be looking for him to do something sneaky.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Because I already set you up for that.
And you know what? So what did you just do here in this cold conversation here that we've had here?
What did I do?
You just brought it full circle. Influence, keep you around. You know what I'm saying? Influence.
Got me smoking a cigar.
You just brought it full circle right there. Influence.
You influenced me. Look, I'm smoking a cigar right.
But no, that what we told, we believe what we're told. You know, and our mind is conditioned to that. And unless we become smarter to realize how to break that hold, and that's with anyone, you know, family, you know, closest friends, you know, even a spouse could take us down that road, you know, but we should hopefully care enough about our spouse to say, hey, let's back up, let's change our mindset, let's change the way we think about things, because it can influence each of us. If I start thinking positive and I start speaking more positive, you should receive that and flow with me with that.
But this is the thing with that though, right? And I realize this, right? Because I'm an optimist. Like I think when I want to do something, I never think about the bad stuff that could possibly happen, right? I think about what the good stuff that could happen, right?
Well, I'm a Virgo. I think about all of it.
Well, I mean,
unfortunately,
I work good under pressure, so
and that's me too.
Yeah. Right, that helps me be able to, you know, do that. But I say this: energy is something else, man.
Yeah.
Energy is like you can walk in a room and know something ain't right.
Right.
Something ain't right.
Right.
And that's that energy. Like, or you could walk in a room like, yo, they having fun up in here.
Right.
You know, you can feel the energy of the room. And people transpose that upon you. If they having a bad day, that energy is gonna come on you. If you're around them, that same type of energy is gonna come on you. They having a good day is gonna come on you. Right?
Energy is contagious.
It's contagious, man. It's look. I think that's what happened at the White House. One person just said, "I'm running."
Yeah.
And everybody else said, "I'm going with you."
I'm going with you. Yeah.
I'm going because they didn't want to do nothing but, you know what I mean, like being there when they did the vote to try to stand there intimidating because they ain't had no guns.
Right. They want the influence.
They wanted the influence. That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Hey man, Doc. See, I'm glad we haven't had frequent conversation because we probably have been on the phone for hours.
I know.
Man, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna let you go, man. But I want to tell you,
I appreciate it.
No, man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for showing me cigar etiquette. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the business. Tell your wife I said hello. I appreciate all of the business that you throw my way, and man, I'm here for you. Whatever I can do that's in my ring, I got you. So tell the people about your label and how they can follow you and stuff.
Cigars210, located in Fort Washington, Maryland. Instagram is Cigars210. My personal Instagram page is Doc_Cigar King. You can find us on Facebook, IG, all social media platforms. If you're ever in the DC area, please feel free to stop by. We'll treat you right. We keep the lights on for you. D, I appreciate you, fam. Support all the years. And if you ever need anything, I'm only a phone call away.
That's right, Doc. Thank you, man. Everybody, man, Doc Gooden.
All right, fam.
Hey, I know, wait a minute, before you go, I know you was upset with me. I kept wanting you to be a good son.
I know. A good son.
A good son, But Doc, I'm gonna hit you up later on in the week, man. Enjoy your night, man, and thank you again, bro.
All right, fam.
All right, that was Doc Gooden. I'm still smoking this cigar. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to smoke this cigar for another hour, Doc. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, but this is a good cigar. Donnie Chulo, I'm gonna start going to your site and purchasing some more cigars, man, because I think I may like this little habit, man. I may get into it. But thank everyone for joining me tonight, man, and I hope the interview was entertaining. If not, informative about, if you didn't know how to light a cigar, now you do. Doc showed me, and relatively simple. And I can tell you this, since he showed me that, I've had maybe it's the cigar, but I've had a good experience with this cigar. So it's a Baccarat cigar, 1871. So look, man, we're still in the gambit. I know a lot of people are wondering what the gambit is. Everything is going to come into fruition shortly. Keep, stay tuned, keep watching. Hopefully, you get something out of it. If not, break the monotony of your day. But I love all y'all. And as always, remember, in order for you to receive a blessing, you must first be a blessing. Peace.